Hello friends, welcome to episode 35 of State of the Stash for September of 2025. If you are new here, State of the Stash is my series where I've been tracking how much yarn comes in and out of my stash on a monthly basis and also comparing that to the overall year in an effort to use more yarn from my stash than I bring in. And each month is its own adventure. Some months I come out ahead, others not so much. So let's talk about how September went. Let's see, the first project that I have to show you is my Marled Magic blanket. I was able to finish quite a few sections of Marled Magic. Let's see, I finished section 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So 5 sections. And as I show each section, I'll tell you how much yarn it used. So section 11 is this kind of orangey brown section. This is along the left-hand side of the blanket as you're looking at it. It's not very easy to show at this point. This section used 64 grams of yarn, and I know you might be saying, Shauna, that is not a finished blanket, and you are correct. Marled Magic has been one exception that I'm doing where normally I wait until a project is completely finished to count the yarn out of my stash, but because Marled Magic is so huge, I've decided to count each section as yarn out as it's finished. So section 11 was 64 grams. Section 12 is right underneath section 11. It is the bottom left corner as you're looking at it. And this section used 38 grams. Section 13 is this pinky yellow, not the pink, but this part right here, this little strip, and that used 64 grams of yarn. Section 14 is this large gray section, and that one used 108 grams. And section 15, which is the last completed section, is this kind of green and maroon, a little bit of pink. It's a strip there, and that one was 73 grams. I'm currently working on section 16, but I have not made a lot of progress, and of course that one will not count as yarn out until it is finished. But that is all of the progress that Marled Magic blanket saw in September. The next 20 projects that actually 19 projects that I have to show you are going to be in this photo that I'm going to pop on the screen. I know there are actually 20 baubles in that picture, but I finished 19 of those in the month of September. One was finished just a few days ago in October. I am filming this on October 7th, but yes, 19 were finished, and those 19 finished baubles took exactly 114 grams of yarn. The yarn is this Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. If you saw previous episodes of State of the Stash, specifically the one for April, I brought 2 skeins of this into my stash, and so I've completely used one skein. I'm working on the second skein right now. So it feels really good to have gotten one entire skein out. And of course, I have a ways to go to get the rest of it out. The next thing that came into my stash, the only thing that came into my stash in September, were my Cuddle Bums minis. And that was 31, is it 30? 30 minis at 5 grams each. So 150 grams into stash. And then I finished a old whip. This is the Sockhead Cowl by McClure, and it used one entire skein plus just a little bit for the bind off of a different color. So this was 103 grams of yarn out of stash, and also a languishing whip off the needles. That was everything that went in and out of my stash in the month of September. This is going to be a quick one because so much I have to show you are, oh no, it is not. I take it back. I have one more thing. It's also a picture. But I finished another languishing whip. I finished a pair of blueberry waffles socks. These have already been gifted, which is why I cannot show them to you in person, but I do have a photo. And those used 71 grams. So that is the final project that I finished in September. Let me see. I'm going to do a quick total if this will let me. 26. I finished 26 projects in September. 19 of those were baubles, then of course the cowl, the socks, and then 5 sections of the Marled magic blanket. So that is a very productive month. I am shocked that I got that much done. So to recap, in total, 150 grams of yarn came into my stash in the month of September. And 635 grams, ooh, I'm changing formulas. That's not what I want to do. 635 grams went out of my stash in the form of finished objects for a difference of negative 485 grams of yarn for the month of September. And that is fabulous. That is nearly 5 skeins out more than what came in. So that is great. Definitely one of the better months that I've had so far this year. And then when we look at the entire year as a whole, so from January 1st until now, which is, no, I won't say till now, till September 30th, because it is October now, I have used 1,034 more grams out than I've brought in. So that is approximately 10 skeins less in my stash than I started the year with, and that is awesome. I am very pleased with that. I will always say I wish it's more, but I am very happy that I feel like I'm making a small dent. My stash is nothing I'm gonna go through in a rapid fashion. And quite honestly, right now, that is perfectly fine by me because I'm not really in a position where I want to be buying yarn. No, let me rephrase that. I always want to be buying yarn, but it's just really not working out for me right now. My husband has started school just actually 2 weeks ago, a week ago. He's doing nursing school, so he's not really working, and that means there is not a very large yarn budget at the moment, which is exactly why I have a large stash. It's going to get me through, no problems. That being said, I don't know what is going to come the rest of the year. I do know that there are multiple advents coming, and that has me slightly worried. How are you doing with your stash so far this year? Are you reaching your goals? I always am so curious to hear if you are staying on track, if you are changing your goals, because let's be honest, just because we set out the year with a goal does not mean that that goal cannot change and adapt to where we are right now. So let me know your thoughts on stash down below, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.